Introduction. In the heart of a tranquil and picturesque town known as Willowville, nestled within the gentle embrace of nature, a tale of aspiration, sacrifice, and ultimately, redemption, unfolds. This story revolves around Samuel, a man of unwavering dedication and simple ambitions, who lived with his family in the embrace of this idyllic community. Samuel's life was a testament to the values of hard work and family, which he held dearer than any material wealth. This small town, Willowville, exuded an old-world charm that seemed frozen in time, where neighbors were friends, and the air was always filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Samuel was a man of integrity, known throughout Willowville for his relentless work ethic and commitment to his family. His wife, Emily, was a reflection of his values, and together, they had raised 2 children, Lily and Thomas, with love and discipline. Life in their modest home at the town's edge was a testament to the joy that simplicity could bring. However, destiny had other plans for this unassuming family. One day, Samuel received a job offer that would prove to be the catalyst for an extraordinary journey. The job, offered by a prestigious city corporation, promised a life of financial security and luxury that seemed almost too good to be true. The CEO of this corporation, a man named Mr. Harrison, had personally visited Willowville to extend this enticing offer, having heard of Samuel's impeccable work record. Tempted by the allure of a life filled with opulence and comfort for his family, Samuel made a life-altering decision. He chose to accept Mr. Harrison's offer, marking the beginning of a dramatic transformation in the lives of the humble family from Willowville. In the chapters that follow, we will trace the intricacies of this riveting tale, as the family is uprooted from the simplicity of their hometown and thrust into the relentless pace of a bustling city. With a beautiful house, luxurious cars, and exotic vacations becoming part of their daily existence, the children, Lily and Thomas, found themselves in the most prestigious schools, and Emily was no longer burdened by the chores of daily life. Yet, the pursuit of material wealth would come at an unexpected cost, as the family soon discovered. Samuel's new job demanded excessive working hours, leaving him with precious little time to spend with his family. Emily and the children were often left lonely and isolated, yearning for the warmth and togetherness they had known in Willowville. The city's chaos and pollution were stark reminders of the serenity they had left behind. As the years passed, Samuel's heart grew heavy with the weight of his choices. One evening, as he gazed out of his office window and saw a father playing with his children in a nearby park, he felt a pang of guilt for not being there for Lily and Thomas. The city's hustle and bustle could never fill the void of their absent father, and the reality of his situation struck him like a thunderbolt. This realization would become the catalyst for a transformation, as Samuel summoned the courage to confront Mr. Harrison and express his longing for a better work-life balance. It was a decision that would ultimately force him to choose between the family he had neglected for the allure of a lucrative career. In the chapters to come, we will delve deeper into this family's journey, the revelation that comes to Samuel, and the momentous choice he makes to return to Willowville, a place where the simplicity of life and the love of his family hold more value than any riches the city could offer. Their return would mark the beginning of a profound rediscovery of true wealth, where their lives became rich with love, togetherness, and a sense of belonging that no amount of money could ever buy. Willowville embraced them with open arms, and Samuel found himself renowned for his work ethic once more, not just for a paycheck but for the betterment of his family and community. This tale serves as a reminder that true wealth is not measured in possessions, but in the love, bonds, and connections we cultivate with those we hold dear.
Chapter 1: The Promise. In the quiet and charming town of Willowville, where rolling green hills met a clear, babbling river, the morning sun would paint the sky with soft hues of pink and gold, and the day would awaken to the gentle symphony of chirping birds and rustling leaves. In this quaint corner of the world, there resided a man named Samuel, a paragon of simplicity and dedication. He was a figure whose life was governed by the principles of hard work and family, values that resonated deeply with the heart of Willowville. Samuel was well regarded throughout the town, not for the extravagance of his possessions or the grandeur of his achievements, but for the steadfastness of his work ethic and his unwavering commitment to his family. He lived in a cozy cottage on the outskirts of town, a home that exuded warmth and a sense of belonging, a place where love and laughter filled every nook and cranny. His wife, Emily, was the embodiment of these same values. A woman of grace and resilience, she had embraced her role as a homemaker with an enduring smile, filling their home with love, delicious meals, and an atmosphere of coziness. Together, Samuel and Emily had raised their 2 children, Lily and Thomas, with the same principles that had guided their own lives: the importance of family, integrity, and simplicity. Life in Willowville was a testament to the happiness that simplicity could bring. The family's days were marked by the beauty of routine: sun-drenched breakfasts, walks along the riverbanks, and evenings spent reading stories by the warm glow of the hearth. The small, close-knit community shared their joys and sorrows, celebrating birthdays and accomplishments, and providing comfort in times of need. However, Samuel's life was soon to be touched by a dramatic change, an offer that would challenge the very core of his values. One day, a letter arrived at their doorstep, bearing the seal of a prestigious city corporation, and a name that would soon become a central figure in their lives: Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison, the CEO of the corporation, had heard of Samuel's impeccable work record and recognized the exceptional qualities that Samuel possessed. Intrigued by Samuel's reputation, Mr. Harrison had made a journey from the bustling city to the tranquil haven of Willowville. He arrived with an offer that seemed almost too good to be true. The promise of a high-paying job with ample opportunities for career growth, a luxurious lifestyle, and all the comforts that the city could offer, including a spacious house and extravagant vacations, lay within Mr. Harrison's pitch. For Samuel, this offer presented a profound dilemma. The allure of wealth and luxury that had been thrust upon him was tantalizing, promising a life that was beyond his wildest dreams. It was an opportunity that tempted him with the promise of a better future for his family, free from the worries of financial uncertainty. As he stood there, torn between the simplicity and familiarity of Willowville and the glittering prospects of the city, Samuel contemplated the life-changing decision that lay ahead. Little did he know that the choice he was about to make would set in motion a chain of events that would test the very essence of his character and forever alter the course of his family's destiny.
Chapter 2: The Move. With the decision to accept Mr. Harrison's tantalizing job offer made, the Anderson family found themselves caught in the whirlwind of change.
Their peaceful existence in Willowville was about to undergo a dramatic transformation as they prepared to leave behind the quaint town and its serene charm for the bustling city, with its promises of wealth and luxury. The departure from Willowville was a poignant one. Their friends and neighbors gathered to bid them farewell, and the town seemed to sigh in sorrow as they drove away. Samuel watched the rolling hills, the familiar houses, and the babbling river recede into the distance with a heavy heart, all the while trying to reassure himself that he was making the right choice for his family's future. Arriving in the city, the family was greeted by a world vastly different from the one they had known. The noisy streets, towering skyscrapers, and a constant hustle and bustle replaced the tranquility of Willowville. Their new house was a lavish mansion, with sprawling lawns, ornate furnishings, and more rooms than they knew what to do with. The children, Lily and Thomas, were awed by the sheer size and opulence of their new home. As they settled into their new life, they were introduced to a world of extravagance. Samuel had been given a company car, a luxurious vehicle that stood in stark contrast to the humble sedan they had driven in Willowville. The children, who had once played in the meadows and explored the woods, were now attending prestigious private schools, where their classmates came from affluent backgrounds and spoke of exotic vacations and designer clothing. For Emily, the transition was marked by a transformation in her role. No longer burdened by the daily chores of maintaining a household, she found herself with ample free time, which she struggled to fill. The simple joys of tending to her garden or baking in the cozy kitchen had given way to a life of leisure, a stark contrast to her previous responsibilities. Though the family reveled in the material luxuries they now had at their disposal, a nagging sense of emptiness began to creep in. Samuel's new job was demanding, often requiring him to work late into the night and over the weekends. He found himself ensnared in a world of corporate competition and long hours, leaving him with little time for his family. Emily and the children missed the simple joys of their life in Willowville. They longed for the times when Samuel would return home from work, and they would share a meal, take evening strolls, or simply sit by the fireplace and chat about their day. The city's chaos and pollution served as a constant reminder of what they had left behind. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the family began to understand the hidden cost of their newfound wealth. The materialistic allure that had drawn them to the city had come at the price of their togetherness, simplicity, and contentment. The city's frantic pace had left them yearning for the serenity they had once known in Willowville and the joy of a life marked by love and shared experiences. In the following chapters, we will delve deeper into the challenges that the Anderson family faces as they navigate the complexities of their new life, and the momentous decisions that Samuel will have to make to reclaim the values that once defined their family in Willowville.
Chapter 3: A Hidden Cost. The Anderson family's transition to city life came with a hidden cost that became increasingly apparent as time went on. Their initial excitement over material wealth and opulence soon began to wane, replaced by a growing sense of unease and emptiness. The glittering facade of their new life concealed the sacrifices they were making in pursuit of a lifestyle that was a far cry from the simplicity and togetherness they had cherished in Willowville. Samuel's new job demanded more of him than he had ever anticipated. The long working hours, demanding corporate culture, and constant pressure to achieve more weighed heavily on his shoulders. His dedication to his job was undeniable, but it came at the expense of his family. He found himself returning home late in the evening, too exhausted to engage in meaningful conversations or spend quality time with Emily, Lily, and Thomas. Emily, once the cornerstone of their family's daily life in Willowville, now found herself grappling with a void. No longer burdened by the everyday responsibilities of homemaking, she had more free time than ever before. Yet, this newfound freedom left her feeling adrift and out of place in her own home. She missed the comforting routines of her old life, such as baking bread, tending to her garden, and taking leisurely walks by the river. The bustling city had left her yearning for the simple joys that she had taken for granted. Lily and Thomas, although enrolled in prestigious schools, were feeling increasingly isolated. Their classmates came from privileged backgrounds, and their conversations often revolved around extravagant vacations, the latest gadgets, and designer clothing. The simple games they used to play in the meadows of Willowville were replaced by the pressure to fit in and keep up with the lifestyles of their peers. As the family adjusted to the new reality, they began to notice the toll it was taking on their relationships. Samuel and Emily's marriage, once marked by love, mutual respect, and shared responsibilities, now felt strained. The rare moments when they did spend time together were overshadowed by the exhaustion and stress of Samuel's job. One evening, as Samuel stared out of his office window, he observed a father playing with his children in a nearby park. The sight stirred something deep within him. He felt a profound sense of guilt for not being there for Lily and Thomas, for missing out on their childhood. The connection he had once shared with his children was fraying, and the realization of this stark truth left him in a state of deep sorrow and contemplation. The growing emotional distance within the family and the stark contrast between their old life in Willowville and their current existence in the city became impossible to ignore. Samuel's heart ached with the weight of his choices, and he knew he had to make a difficult decision. In the forthcoming chapters, we will explore the pivotal moments that lead Samuel to confront the true cost of their materialistic pursuits, and the challenging choices he will be compelled to make to reclaim the values and togetherness they had left behind in Willowville.
Chapter 4: The Revelation. The mounting emotional distance within the Anderson family, the strains on Samuel and Emily's marriage, and the growing sense of isolation felt by Lily and Thomas all reached a breaking point. Samuel's revelation came to him as he stared out of his office window, watching a father play with his children in a nearby park, and it marked a turning point in the family's journey. As he observed this simple yet heartwarming scene, Samuel felt a deep pang of regret and guilt. He had been so caught up in the pursuit of material wealth that he had missed out on the precious moments of his own children's lives. The laughter, the games, and the shared experiences that he and his family had enjoyed in Willowville were now distant memories, replaced by the relentless demands of his job in the city. The realization that he had been neglecting his role as a father and husband struck Samuel like a bolt of lightning. He understood that the city's hustle and bustle, the long working hours, and the pursuit of success had taken him away from what truly mattered, his family. He longed for the simpler times when he and Emily would take evening strolls by the river, when he would listen to Lily and Thomas's stories, and when the family would sit by the fireplace, sharing their thoughts and dreams. With this newfound awareness, Samuel knew he had to confront the truth about his choices. The pursuit of wealth and a high-paying job had come at a great cost, the loss of the togetherness and love that defined his family in Willowville. He was determined to make things right, to rekindle the connections that had frayed, and to prioritize his family above all else. The next step was clear. Samuel needed to speak with Mr. Harrison, the CEO of the corporation that had lured him away from Willowville with the promise of a luxurious life. He had to express his desire for a better work-life balance and the need to be there for his family, no matter the cost. In the following chapter, we will delve into this crucial conversation between Samuel and Mr. Harrison, exploring the challenges, the decisions that must be made, and the path that will lead the Anderson family back to the values they once held dear.
Chapter 5: The Return. Armed with the newfound awareness of the toll his pursuit of material wealth had taken on his family, Samuel was resolved to make a change. His pivotal revelation during that moment of contemplation at the office window spurred him to take action and prioritize his family over his career. The next step in their journey involved a crucial conversation with Mr. Harrison, the CEO of the corporation that had tempted him away from Willowville. Summoning his courage, Samuel requested a meeting with Mr. Harrison to express his desire for a better work-life balance and to emphasize the importance of being present for his family. The meeting was held in the CEO's office, a space adorned with extravagant furnishings and floor-to-ceiling windows that offered a sweeping view of the city's skyline. Samuel, often quiet and reserved, found his voice as he articulated his concerns. He spoke earnestly about his yearning to spend more time with his family, to be present for his wife, Emily, and their children, Lily and Thomas. He explained how the pursuit of wealth had led to a fracture in their family life and how the values that had once held them together were slipping away. Mr. Harrison, though initially taken aback by Samuel's candidness, listened attentively. He empathized with Samuel's predicament but explained that the demands of the job were unrelenting. The corporation was known for its competitive culture and long working hours, and he cautioned Samuel that a balanced work-life equation was challenging to achieve within the organization. Samuel left the meeting conflicted. While Mr. Harrison had been understanding, it was clear that he would have to make a difficult choice between his career and his family. The allure of the materialistic world he had embraced was now juxtaposed against the love, togetherness, and simplicity he yearned for in Willowville. In the end, the love for his family prevailed, and Samuel made the life-changing decision to resign from his high-paying job in the city. He was determined to return to Willowville, to the humble life and values they had left behind. The journey back to Willowville was a significant one. Samuel's family, while initially uncertain about the decision, soon realized that the happiness they had once known was more valuable than any wealth or luxury the city could offer. They yearned for the simplicity and togetherness they had enjoyed in their old home. Returning to Willowville was a homecoming marked by warmth and acceptance. The town, which had bid them a bittersweet farewell, now welcomed them with open arms. Samuel found work that aligned with his values and allowed him to be present for his family. His dedication was not to a paycheck but to building a better future for his community and, most importantly, his family. In the chapters that follow, we will explore how the Anderson family rediscovers the true meaning of wealth, recognizing that it lies not in material possessions but in the love, togetherness, and bonds they share. Their journey serves as a profound reminder that the pursuit of values such as family, love, and simplicity can be the most rewarding and fulfilling path in life.
Chapter 6: The Real Wealth. The Anderson family's return to Willowville marked the beginning of a remarkable transformation in their lives. They had traded the allure of material wealth and a high-paying job for the serenity of their old hometown, and in doing so, they rediscovered the true meaning of wealth. Back in Willowville, life took on a different hue. The small, close-knit community enveloped them with the same warmth and camaraderie that they had left behind. The family quickly realized that the bonds they had forged with their neighbors and friends over the years were more precious than any riches the city had to offer. Samuel found work that aligned with his values and allowed him to maintain a healthy work-life balance. His dedication was not driven by the pursuit of a paycheck but by the desire to contribute to the betterment of his community. In doing so, he set an example for his children, Lily and Thomas, of the importance of work that brings fulfillment and serves a greater purpose. The family returned to the comforting routines of their old life. The sun-drenched breakfasts, leisurely walks by the river, and cozy evenings spent by the fireplace once again became their cherished rituals. Lily and Thomas resumed their exploration of nature, spending their days playing in the meadows and experiencing the simple joys of life. For Emily, the return to Willowville meant a rediscovery of her role as a homemaker. She embraced her duties with renewed enthusiasm, finding fulfillment in the familiar tasks she had once performed with love and dedication. Tending to her garden, baking bread, and nurturing the bonds of family filled her heart with joy. The family's evenings became a sanctuary of togetherness, where they gathered around the dinner table, sharing stories and laughter. The long-lost connection between Samuel and Emily was rekindled, and their marriage grew stronger as they navigated the challenges and joys of life in their hometown. As the seasons changed, the family realized that true wealth lay not in material possessions but in the love, togetherness, and a sense of belonging they shared. Their lives were enriched by the bonds they had cultivated with their friends and neighbors, and the simplicity of their existence became a source of enduring contentment. The town of Willowville embraced the Andersons, not for their material wealth, but for the values they represented. Samuel was once again known throughout the town, not for his corporate success, but for his unwavering work ethic and his commitment to family and community. The story of the Anderson family serves as a poignant reminder that true wealth is not measured by the size of one's bank account or the extravagance of possessions, but by the love, togetherness, and the values that shape our lives. In returning to Willowville, the family found a wealth that was immeasurable, richness that could not be bought, and a sense of fulfillment that transcended materialistic pursuits. Their journey back to the simplicity of life, guided by enduring values, is a testament to the enduring power of family, love, and the pursuit of a life that is both meaningful and rich with the bonds of togetherness.
The town of Willowville, having witnessed the Anderson family's journey from prosperity and luxury to a return to their simpler, values-driven life, indeed welcomed them back with open arms. The community's residents were not judgmental or resentful of the family's brief departure. Instead, they embraced them warmly, for Willowville was a place that cherished its own, no matter where their paths had taken them. Samuel, once again an integral part of the town, quickly became renowned for his strong work ethic. However, this time, it wasn't about climbing the corporate ladder or achieving financial success, as it had been in the city. Instead, he focused his dedication on building a better future for his family and the community he held dear. He found work that aligned with his principles and values, contributing not just to the betterment of his family, but also to the well-being of Willowville itself. He actively participated in community projects, volunteered at local organizations, and offered his skills and knowledge to improve the lives of his fellow townspeople. His efforts were not motivated by financial gain but by a sincere desire to give back and make a difference. The family's life in Willowville was indeed simple, yet it was imbued with fulfillment and happiness. They cherished the daily routines that had once seemed ordinary but were now seen as precious. The sun-drenched breakfasts, the leisurely walks along the riverbanks, and the cozy evenings spent by the fireplace were once more a source of joy. The warmth of their community, the friendly faces that greeted them at the local market, and the familiarity of their surroundings created a sense of belonging that no amount of wealth could replicate. In their return to simplicity, the Anderson family rediscovered the true meaning of wealth. It wasn't about the grandeur of a city mansion, luxurious cars, or exotic vacations, rather, it was found in the love and togetherness they shared. Their evenings were now spent in meaningful conversations and laughter, rather than the sterile surroundings of a corporate office. The children, Lily and Thomas, reveled in the return to a life filled with exploration and genuine connections. They played in the meadows, rekindling the friendships with the children they had grown up with, and found joy in the simplicity of their childhood games. The meadows and woods of Willowville became their new playground, offering them an environment in which they could thrive, free from the pressures and extravagance of the city. The story serves as a testament to the idea that true wealth is not in material possessions but in the love, togetherness, and the bonds we nurture. The Andersons' return to Willowville signifies the fulfillment that comes from living a life deeply connected to one's values, family, and community. It underscores the enduring power of simplicity and the richness that can be found in meaningful relationships, contentment, and a life grounded in enduring values. Here are vocabulary words, arranged alphabetically, that cover a wide range of topics and are suitable for English learners at Level 4. Abandon, abundant, accommodate, acknowledge, acquire, adapt, adequate, admire, adversity, affection, agitate, allegiance, ambitious, ample, analyze, announce, anticipate, apprehensive, appreciate, approach, appropriate, ascend, assess, asset, attain, attempt, authentic, avid, balance, barren, beneficial, bewilder, bias, bound, bravery, calculate, calm, capacity, capture, celebrate, challenge, charismatic, cherish, clarify, coherent, collaborate, commit, committed, compassion, competent, composure, comprehend, conceal, conclude, confront, conquer, conscious, consistent, contemplate, contrast, contribute, convey, courageous, cultivate, cunning, curious, dazzle, decide, dedicate, defend, deficiency, deliberate, delight, deny, desperate, determine, devotion, dilemma, diligent, discipline, dishearten, distinguish, divert, educate, efficient, eloquent, embrace, empathy, endurance, enthusiasm, establish, ethical, evaluate, exceed, exhilarating, explore, extensive, extraordinary, faint, familiar, fascinate, fearless, fierce, flourish, forgive, fortitude, generosity, genuine, grateful, grief, harmony, heroic, honor, hopeful, humble, identify, ignite, illustrious, imagination, impartial, implore, improve, insight, independence, indifferent, inevitable, inquire, inspire, integrate, integrity, intense, intricate, intuition, investigate, invigorate, isolate, jovial, jubilant, keen, kindness, knowledge, lament, leadership, legacy, liberate, logical, magnificent, maintain, marvel, mastery, mature, mediate, mercy, methodical, motivate, necessity, nimble, nourish, noteworthy, nurturing, observe, optimism, opportunity, overcome, passionate, patience, persevere, persuade, pinnacle, ponder, possess, pragmatic, precise, prevail, profound, prominent, prosper, purpose, quest, radiant, reassure, reflect, regret, rejoice, rejuvenate, relentless, remarkable, renew, repent, resilient, respect, responsibility, revive, righteous, robust, sacrifice, satisfaction, savor, sensitive, serene, shrewd, significance, sincere, skillful, solution, sophisticated, sparkle, spiritual, spontaneous, staunch, strength, sublime, success, support, sustain, sympathy, tenacity, thrive, tolerance, tranquil, transform, triumph, trustworthy, unite, uplift, veiler, variety, versatile, vibrant, vigilant, visionary, vitality, vulnerable, wise, zeal.
Here are more vocabulary words suitable for English learners at level 4. Abide, accelerate, acumen, adversary, advocate, allure, altruism, ambivalence, amplify, animated, anticipatory, apprehension, ascertain, astute, authenticity, belonging, benevolent, cautious, clarity, cohesion, compassionate, conscientious, contemplate, conviction, credibility, defiance, diligence, discretion, diverse, eloquent, empower, endurance, engage, enhancement, enthusiastic, ethical, evoke, exemplify, exhilaration, fortify, gratitude, harmonious, holistic, illuminate, immerse, impartiality, implore, inclusive, ingenious, inherent, insightful, integrity, integrate, interpret, intuition, jubilation, keenness, knowledgeable, luminous, mediate, mentor, motivation, multifaceted, nourishment, optimistic, perseverance, philanthropy, poignant, potent, prevailing, prominence, punctual, reconciliation, reflective, resilience, reverence, robustness, sage, serenity, signify, steadfast, strengthen, superior, synergy, tactful, tenacity, thriving, tolerance, tranquility, ubiquitous, unwavering, venerable, viable, vigorous, vision, vivid, vulnerability, wholesome, zealot, abundance, accomplishment, acknowledgement, acquirement, adoration, affectionate, aggregation, altruistic, amicable, anecdote, animosity, aplomb, apprehensive, aspire, astonishment, authenticity, benevolence, captivate, celebrated, charitable, composure, conscientiousness, credulous, delectable, devotion, discretion, distinguished, elated, empowerment, endearing, enlighten,
exemplary, flourishing, gracious, harmony, hesitation, humility, immaculate, impart, impeccable, inclusivity, ingenious, inquisitive, integrity, intricate, intuitive, jubilance, kind-hearted, luminescent, mentorship, motivated, nourishing, optimism, perceptive, plentiful, pondering, prevail, prominently, radiate, reconciliation, reflectiveness, resilient, revered, robustness, sage, sanguine, sensitive, serenity, significance, soothe, steadfastness, strengthening, sympathetic, tenacious, thriving, tolerance, tranquil, unanimous, upliftment, versatility, vibrancy, vigilant, wisdom, zeal, abundant, accomplished, admiration, affectionately, aggravation, amicable, animating, apprehension, aspire, astounded, authenticity, benevolence, captivation, celebratory, charitable, composed, conscientiousness, credibility, delectation, devoted, discernment, distinguished, elation, empowering, endearment, enlightenment, exemplification, flourish, gratefulness, harmonious, honesty, humility, immaculately, impartiality, impeccability, inclusiveness, ingeniously, inquisitiveness, integrity, intricacy, intuitiveness, jubilant, kind-heartedness, luminescence, mentorship, motivational, nourishing, optimistic, perceptiveness, plenitude, ponder, prevalence, prominence, radiant, reconcile, reflective, resilience, reverence, robust, sage, sanguine, sensitive, serene, significant, soothing, steadfastness, strengthened, sympathize, tenacity, thriving, tolerant, tranquility, unanimity, uplifting, versatile, vibrant, vigilance, wise, zeal, abundance, accomplishment, acknowledgement, acquisition, adoration, affectionate, aggregation, altruistic, amicability, anecdotal, animosity, aplomb, apprehensive, aspiration, astonish, authenticity, benevolent, captivating, celebrate,